Hello, welcome to another amazing tutorial by Amoka Bidding School. My name is Rhoda. I'm the founder and lead tutor at Amoka Bidding School, where we help fashion designers in Africa and around the world to understand and also monetize fabric embellishment. Today we'll be learning something absolutely exciting. It's how you can cut out applique or decoration or ornaments from lace fabric and attach onto another fabric. In other words, we're learning how to deconstruct lace. Yes, that's what it is. So without further ado, you may be wondering why I put this in the embroidery hoop. It's absolutely optional. The embroidery hoop helps my fabric to be very flat so that I can trace it out and cut it out easily. I'm going to be using a soldering iron. You could also use a pair of scissors if you don't have a soldering iron, but I advise that you get a soldering iron because it helps you get into corners like this. Look at this really tiny corner here. Your scissors may not reach it, but your soldering iron can easily melt it. So without further ado, let's get right into the class. All right, this is very hot. It's bringing out steam already. This net is actually quite strong because the soldering iron isn't melting it as easily as. All right, it's working now. Yay. What I'm going to do next, you can, if you look closely, you see that there's still net or two remaining in between the leaves. You can decide to cut that out or you can decide to keep it in. It's all up to you. And this is what we have when we're done. So you may be asking, okay, how do you attach this to your fabric? I'll explain that quickly. But I want to go ahead. It gives you a more professional look when you cut the tool that is inside the fabric or inside the cutout. If you're working on a plastic table, you may not want to apply this soldering iron directly to the table because the heat can melt or disfigure your table. I'm working on a wooden table, so I don't really have to bother about that. So we're all done and this is what we have. So I'm going to do a demo of how to attach it on your fabric. So let me do a quick demonstration of what it will look like to attach your lace cutout on your fabric or on your bigger garment. So you place it how you want it to be. It may not just be one, you may be working with 20 pieces of this. You place each and every one of them how you want them to be. You can also cut it further. It doesn't, the fact that I came like this on the fabric does not mean that you have to stick that way. Let your creativity guide you. You can, I'm thinking with this one, for example, now you can cut along these edges to have these leaves be on another side. All right, so you could try that depending on what you're working with. So I have my invisible thread here. This is it. It's not very clear. And I have my size 11 beading needles. This is what the pack of beading needles look like. And if you don't have this where you are, it's fine. You can buy a pack of assorted needles. Pick out the thin ones. But actually, You could also use your normal hand sewing needles because we're not using this, we're not passing any beads through this. Okay, so once you've placed it, first thing you're going to do before you even start, you will pin it in place. Pin it how you want it to be so that it will not move and it won't shift, because if you don't pin it, you may end up with a different design than what you planned initially. So once you've pinned all of them in place and you know what you want it to look like, this is how I've pinned mine in place. What you'll do next is to sew all the way around. So I'm starting from the edges. I'm not going to sew everything, just to show you what it looks like or what the process would be like. You're going to sew along the edges. Just do long running stitches all across the edges. All right, so by doing that, you're putting it in place. Some people prefer to gum their lace cutout or their applique, but I would not recommend that because gum can come off at any time. But if you stitched it, you stitched it, and it will remain in place. So you can see we're using our invisible thread and it's not showing. You can also use the same color of thread, you know, depending on what you're working with, but I will recommend the invisible thread first before I recommend any other type of thread. So you just go on and on and on and do that all the way around. So this part is already secured, so you do that everywhere else and you have your lace cutout or your lace applique all set and ready. I hope you have learned something from this video. I actually know you've learned something from this video. Please don't forget to like this video, give the video a thumbs up, share with your fashion friends, your fashion designer friends, fashion enthusiast friends, and please subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss more tutorials on fabric embellishment. Thanks for sticking with me and have a great day. Bye.